We want to start with that breaking news out of the Middle East. Let's go ahead and take a live look right now at Tel Aviv. Keep in mind, it's about 9:30 p.m. there. Much calmer conditions than this morning. Iran says it fired dozens of missiles into Israel in retaliation for killing of the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah in Lebanon. People in Israel, they were ordered to shelter in place and stay close to bomb shelters as they heard raid sirens sounding across the country. Now, Iran, they took credit for the attack on state-run TV, and they warned that it represented only a first wave. Israel and the United States have warned there would be severe consequences in the event of an attack on Israel from Iran, which backs the militant group Hezbollah in Lebanon. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, they're also monitoring the attack on Israel from the White House Situation Room. Israeli army spokesperson, they say the country's air defense system was fully operational, and they said that it helped with detecting and intercepting those threats, those missiles that we're talking about. And it appears most of those rockets were intercepted before they could do more damage. The extent of any damage is still unknown. Now, here with us more for a little bit of insight is Benjamin Radd, the Lecturer of Global Studies, International and Area Studies and Political Science at UCLA. Benjamin, thank you so much for joining us. I want to get started with asking you what your initial reaction was and also the significance of today's attack.
Yeah, this was to be expected. It's been weeks now since the killing of the political leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, took place in Tehran, which has been attributed to Israel. Iran's response has been anticipated for a while now, and then factoring in the death of Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, a few days ago, the timing was, at this point, the pressure was immense on Iran to do something and to act, especially, again, also we've seen in the last 24 hours, Israel's ground incursion, limited, albeit, into Lebanon to further take out Hezbollah's ability to retaliate. This was the time that Iran needed to act in order to maintain its regional support and credibility with its allies.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've seen growing violence and attacks in the Middle East. I mean, it's been almost 1 year since the Hamas attack. It makes people wonder, can we expect an all-out regional war? Obviously, that's a concern for world leaders across the world. And if so, is there a way to de-escalate this?
It's not in Iran's interest to drag this into a full-scale war. It's one that it is bound to lose and suffer massively, both in terms of international regional standing and domestically. And so what I think we saw here is Iran signaling that this is its retaliation. It did signal ahead of time it was going to do this. It launched approximately 200 ballistic missiles. And perhaps from the Iranian perspective, it did what it needed to do. The question remains, will Israel's response now, and there's bound to be one, how will it escalate matters even further? But again, the Iranian regime has no interest in taking this into a full-scale war. Domestically, it's under tremendous pressure to focus its resources on its own people and the economy there, which has been suffering as well. So for it to really pull the country and the region into a broader conflict does not bode well for its domestic or regional standing.
Yeah, you know, there has been warnings for quite some time. President Biden on X, formerly known as Twitter, said they have met with national security team there to discuss how they will help Israel defend against these attacks. What do you see our response could be in helping defend Israel? Could this mean that some of our military become a part of this?
Well, it's very unlikely we would see boots on the ground or anything of that sort. Probably what will happen is there's various U.S. carrier strike groups in the Gulf, in the Mediterranean, near the Red Sea. And back in October, when Iran launched the missile attack against Israel, we saw the United States and its allies, the UK, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, use those resources to intercept some of the missiles that Iran had fired. We're likely to see something similar taking place if it hasn't happened to happen again. And additionally, maybe using the United States' capabilities to target sensitive Iranian facilities, whether they're nuclear or having to do with oil refineries, and basically crippling Iran's economy even further and punishing it that way rather than any direct, let's say, confrontation between forces.
Absolutely. Well, definitely still a lot to come from this. Professor Benjamin Radd, thank you so much for your time and your insight as well.